All right. Well, I try sometimes during fourth, but their behavior keeps me from being able to finish it. All right. So inequality notes. All right. We just quickly reviewed inequalities are those alligator mouths. Again, in 8th grade, we don't have to solve them. We just have to write them. Okay. So this, less than, below, fewer than. If you're not sure which way it looks, I always have to do this. I put my both L's up, and I see which one is right. It's this one. So then you take your L and you slant it. That's your less than. Avery, question? Oh, okay. So this is the less than sign. Think of it as an L, but it's slanted. Okay, less than. Below. Fewer than. Are there any other less than words you can think of?
Less than.
Okay, what if I said you're shorter than me? Is that less?
Smaller.
Okay, maybe you're smaller. Or your dog is smaller than your neighbor's dog.
Can you do younger?
Okay, younger's a good one.
Wait, what? But younger, I'm younger than Nick, and I'm shorter.
It doesn't matter about size. You're younger in age.
Yeah, we're comparing.
Oh!
So if I said Bella is 16 years younger than me,
Yeah.
okay, so younger, okay. Now, underneath that, the opposite, greater than, okay. So exceeds, above, more than. What are some other words? Yeah.
Older.
Clay? Taller. Older.
Bigger.
Okay, bigger. Good. Good job finding those opposites. Again, there's a million of them. We can't list them all, okay? Those are the easy ones. Huh? Okay. If you're higher, yeah, her test grade was 3 points higher than mine. Maybe her long jump was 3 inches longer than my long jump. Okay. Now these are where it gets a little bit confusing. You have to be very careful. Less than or equal to. So I do less than, and then what do I put under it? A line. Okay. These are the ones where people get confused. If I say there's a 5-minute time limit, can you do it in exactly 5 minutes? Yes. Can you do it in less than 5 minutes? Yes. Can it be more than 5 minutes? No. So that's limit. A budget. You go to H-E-B to buy some supplies for a party that you're having, and your mom gives you $50. Can you spend exactly 50?
Yes.
Yes. Can I spend $50.01? No. It has to be less than. Okay. Maximum. Because you may think of a real world example where we use the word maximum.
Maximum capacity.
Maximum occupancy in a room is 200. Okay. Can I have more than 200 people? No. Can I have exactly 200? Can I have less than 200? Yes. Okay. When you take a retest, the maximum grade you can make is a 75. What does that mean? 75 or lower. Okay. The opposite is greater than or equal to. And again, this should be review. At least. You will see this at least once on your test and on STAR. I would bet my house on it. Okay. At least. They always use at least, because that's the one that trick people, because they're like, oh, well, least is this way. But when it says at, you have to change the direction. Okay. Minimum. You have to have a minimum of 70 in all your classes to be eligible to play sports. What does that mean? Has to be higher than 70 or exactly 70. Clay?
So does that mean they use it at least once?
You're going to see it at least once on the STAR test. Yes. Okay. No less than minimum. There's a minimum number of people allowed. No, a minimum height. Like if I'm riding a roller coaster and it's 60 inches. Can I be exactly 60 inches?
Yeah.
Can I be more than 60? No. Can I be less than 60?
Yes.
No.
What?
No, because it says greater than. So can I be more than 60? Yes. Can I be less than 60? Okay, as long as you can know these words and understand them, this is easy because we're not solving. There's literally no math, like we're not solving it. Okay? All right, so some confusing phrases they like to use a lot. These are 3 types. 7 less than 5 times a number. Which part of that seems easy to tackle?
5 times.
Okay, 5 times a number. That seems like the easy part. What is 5 times a number? 5x, 5n, whatever. And then it says 7 less than. Okay, now you think less than is this, but it's 7 less. Is that 7 positive or negative? Negative, so it's minus 7. Okay, that's it. It's just an expression.
Oh, so you don't solve it.
Nope. Okay, 7 is 5 times a number. How would I write that?
5x
7
plus 7.
equals 5x, because it says is. 7 equals 5x. Again, it's okay to be confused because these are the confusing ones. All right? 7 is less than 5 times a number.
5x plus 7.
Okay, 5x. 7 is less than, we should have done it this way, 7 is less than 5x. Okay, 7 is less than 5x. These say the exact same thing, but do you notice how here it says 7 is less than, and here it says 7 less? That's how I know it's minus 7. But it says 7 is less than. So you see the difference? Okay. All right. 14 is more than the difference of 3 and x. Okay. 14 is more than the difference of 3 and x. What stands out to you? Difference. What do you do for difference? Subtract. 14 is more than. What's another word for more than? Greater than. Okay? So 14 is greater than 3 minus x.
Every time I do that sign, I don't know why, but it turns out like it looks like a spackle in the center.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, the sum of 11 and a number is no less than 15. What words stand out? Sum. What does sum mean? Addition. What are we adding? 11 and a number is no less than 15. What's the symbol for no less than? It's okay to look up here.
Plus then?
It's
Equal to. Oh, it's no less.
No less.
it's
Greater than.
Thank you. Greater than or equal to. Guys, it's right here. No less than is greater than or equal to. Okay? 19 more than a number is at most 8. What word is my inequality? At most. Good. At most. Again, if you don't know what it is, look up there. But what is at most? Less than or equal to. It's at most 8. And then how do I show 19 more than a number?
Oh.
Plus x. 19 more than a number.
Oh.
Okay, last one. 6 is less than 2 times a number. What's the inequality? Less than. Does everybody see that? Less than. Make an L. 6 is less than 2 times a number. How do I write that? 2x. Okay? So now that you know that, we're going to look at some real world examples of when you would use this. Okay? Who wants to read the first one? Okay, go ahead, Bella, and then Avery is next.
A fish tank holds 95 gallons of water and is losing water at a rate of 4 gallons per day. Fish tank B contains 40 gallons of water and gains 5 gallons of water each day. After how many days will tank A have less water?
Okay, How is this different than the word problems we looked at last week?
It has per, so it has a rate.
Okay, so last week all of these had per, but last week the thing I kept reminding you is this says the same amount. When will they have the same amount? When will it have an equal amount? When will it be the same? Okay, this week, does it say that? No, it has an inequality. So what is my inequality? Less. Okay, I want A to have less than B. Okay, so you always want to write that first because as easy as this is, they try to mix it up to trick you. Okay, so right here it says, when will A be less than B? What's another way to say A is less than B? B is greater than A. These are the same thing. Okay, they're the exact same thing. So if you switch the places, then you just switch the inequality because they will try to trick you. So make sure you know what it's asking for you. It wants to know, when is A less than B? All right, remember the last time we did this, we talked about defining our variable. What is the question asking? How many days? So what would be a good variable? D for days. All right, so tank A, does it have a rate? Something that's happening per each, every.
Yeah.
What is it?
4. Yeah.
4.
And,
4D, but there's something very, very important. Look at the words I underlined. Hopefully you also underlined it. Losing. What does that mean? Minus. That water is coming out of the tank. Okay? And then what did it start with?
95.
95. So plus 95. How did I know it was plus 95 and not minus?
But it said at home.
Yeah. That's what's in there. Okay? Tank B. Do we have a rate for tank B?
Yes.
What is it?
5.
5 what?
Gallons.
5D or 5X. Okay? This one is gaining, so it's positive. And what does it already have in it? 40. So this is exactly like we did last week. I'm just putting an inequality in between them. And I want A to be less than B. And that's it.
So will the answer choices on anything would just be an inequality?
Yeah, you'll always, on these, you will always have answer choices. It will never be open-ended. Okay? On star, anyway. All right. Avery, go and read the second one.
A cell phone company has 2 plans. Plan A charges $24.99 a month and $10 for each GB of data used. Plan B charges $12.99 plus $12 for each GB of data used. Which inequality shows GB of data used in 1 month and which plan A will cost more?
Right, perfect. So my inequality is I want A to be what? More. What's another word for more? Greater than. I want A to be greater than B. What's the opposite?
B is less than A.
Okay. I just want you to know that those are the same things. Now, this one is a little tricky. What is the variable?
Months.
Wouldn't it be $10?
The variable.
It's data.
Oh, the gigabyte.
The gigabytes. The data. Either one, yeah. We'll do G for gigabyte. You can do D for data. But it is tricky because you see $24.99 a month. But what does the question ask? Which shows the what? The gigabytes of data, yeah. Okay, so the question is not asking about months. That's how I know that's not my rate. All right, the first one. Do we have a rate?
Yes.
What is happening? What's the rate? So what do I write? 10G. Am I paying anything else?
Yes.
What?
$12.99 a month.
$24.99. Good. Okay. Plan B, does it have a rate?
Yes.
What's its rate?
12.
12 what?
G.
12G. And what else do you have to pay?
$12.99.
$12.99. And again, I want A to be
Less than. I mean, greater.
greater than. I want A to cost more. So this is very much something in real life you're going to do when you're an adult and you have to pay your own bills. You're going to want to know when things are cheaper. Okay, so this is one of the main ways you'll use algebra in real life. All right, and number 3. Go ahead.
Okay. Mary's lunch account currently has $30 and she spends $2 every day at lunch. Abby's lunch account currently has $25 and she spends $150 every day at lunch. Why inequality to show when Mary will have less money in her account after.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So we want Mary to do what?
Have her money
Less than Abby. I want Mary to have less than Abby. All right, what variable should we use? D for what? Days. Good. A lot of people have been confused on this and wanted to do costs because it's talking about money. But the question says, when will she have less money? So what day? Okay.
Wait, so if it doesn't say like exactly how many? Oh wait, no, never mind. I actually.
All right, so Mary, what rate does Mary have?
$2.
What kind of 2?
2D.
Negative.
Why is it negative 2? Okay, anytime you're spending money, it's a negative. Anytime you're spending money, it's a negative. Okay, and what does she start with? 30, so plus 30. All right, now what is her friend Abby? What's her rate? Okay, what kind of 150? Thank you. Negative 1.50. Why is it negative?
Because she's spending.
She's spending it. That means money is coming out of her account. And then what does she start with? $25. Make you. All right, and I want Mary to do what? I want Mary to have less. This is why it's so important to write these labels up here. So you're like, oh, Mary is less. Okay? If the question was a multiple choice and they switched them, they would switch these 2 sides and they would also change the inequality. That's why I was showing you this as different ways to answer the questions. Make sure you know they're the same. Okay? Try the last one by yourself. And I want you to tell me what's wrong with each answer choice. Okay? Figure out what's wrong with each answer choice. Did they add instead of subtract? Did they put the x with the wrong thing? Did they do the wrong inequality? All right, what's wrong with the first answer choice?
Because it's greater than the
Okay, so the inequality is wrong. Is there anything else wrong with it? Okay, is the inequality wrong?
No, it's just the sign.
The sign's not wrong.
No more than.
No more than is less than or equal to.
So what's wrong with the answer on? What?
It has 60x.
Okay, okay. I thought y'all said the inequality. Okay, so the 60x is wrong because the 60 is not your rate. So the sign is right. Okay, on H, what's wrong?
It has 60x on the
It has 60x. What else is wrong on H? And the sign is wrong. Okay, what's wrong with G?
The sign's wrong.
It's correct. The sign is correct.
Okay, maybe it's right. What's wrong with J then?
The sign's wrong.
The sign is wrong. Okay, literally this is all you're doing on these. Okay, you're looking at each answer choice. You're looking at each answer choice to see which one makes sense. That's all. Okay, there's no solving. It's just a matter of reading. Okay, be careful because they will not always put everything in nice, neat order for you. Okay, so while you're looking at this page, hold up the bottom. In a moment, you will get glue. You're going to glue right here. Our table of contents. We are on page 23. This is the last thing for this unit. Okay? 23. Inequalities. All right. Update your table of contents for me. And get that glued in. Avery, will you pass that glue? Will you pass that glue? Okay. So label it inequalities. Avery is coming around with the glue. You have your white paper. It is not